Okay, I just did a really quick sanding job where I blasted out a couple of the edges, got this down a few layers. It's still nice and sturdy and dry below, so I think what I'm gonna do is just tap this with S1 really quickly. S1, for those who are interested, is a thinned out epoxy by Systems 3. It's a great product. So, as a part of the sponsorship from Allpower, they're sending me, I haven't got them yet, I'm getting 2 100-watt solar panels, and my plan is to suspend them off the lifelines. The real problem with that right now is that this rope is not marine grade. What I want to do is take these off, reconsider the whole setup, and I'm gonna lash larger diameter 3-strand, and I'm gonna bind them on with tarred marlin. So I'm gonna make a couple cuts and start on the top rung on this side to see how it looks, and then I'll secure, actually maybe I won't secure, I'll probably just remove all of it. I don't like it. None of it's quite, it looks sloppy. So I'd rather one sturdy one than 3 that I can't trust. So here we go. I'm gonna do port side first. All right, I got the first round done. Goes on real easy. All I've done is cloved it over. There are holes here, so I can whip these cloves up so they don't slip and slide. There's another hole here, so I can whip them all into place. I've got them under better tension than the other ones were under, and these could actually support a life if somebody fell on them. I like it. It looks better, looks shippier, but there's another one. I yarded on this and it popped up a bit. So clearly that bolt, yeah, that bolt's not holding on with anything. So there's something going on in there. And what I do like about this is probably right here to have a little opening latch for boarding the boat a lot easier, because this boat has a lot of freeboard and she's pretty tricky to get onto. Yeah, here's the old stuff. And yeah, looks good. I like it. I'm happy. We are heading to Vancouver this morning.
Woo!
As always, something needs more maintenance.
As is tradition.
Yeah, the last time we were out, the raw water pump, the bolts holding it on, wiggled themselves a little bit loose with vibration, and they did it again. So we are having to crack open the engine room, crawl in there. We were going to depart about now, but we're going to be about 40 minutes delayed from that. But conditions today, the wind is coming from the north, which is a little unusual, and it's 10 to 15, so that's also pretty mellow. So possibly a good sail angle for us. We'll find out when we're out there. And then we'll be in Vancouver hopefully around 3-ish. And why are we going to Vancouver?
I don't know, why are we going to I have a guest spot again at Rain City. Shout out to Rain City.
Woo!
Yeah.
And my friend Van wants me to check out his boat over at Trites and see about building him a cabinet. So yeah, we both have some work over there. So.
Also, am I super cool? Because last time I went to Rain City, I took a seaplane, and then now we're sailing there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ain't nobody get to work like we get to work.
Yeah.
Speaking of which.
Oh, we work. New TM.
We work.
TM is already a company.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna jump on engine maintenance. That'll be fun. Okay, I've got all the bits and pieces that I think I will need. And now to crawl in there and start giving it a go. I kind of recall, I think everything was a 14 mil. So hopefully that remains true. Got some spare nuts and bolts. Got, I think, everything I need there. Now I have to crawl in there. Woo. Getting in and out of this engine bay is quite a pain, but I'm getting quite used to it now, so it's not that bad. Alright, Silva Bay behind us, and we are underway. The motor's holding a good temperature, and we got lines and fenders up, and we got a bit of wind.
Time for my favorite game. Look at this from far away.
Hell yeah. It's beautiful, it's sunny, it's a little bit cold. Yeah, she's always beautiful and sunny. But yeah, it's a little chilly today, but
Can't see your wrists, so.
yeah, we got maybe 4 or 5 hours of this. It is flat calm out. I'll give you guys a look at that, but man, I am really happy with this. There's a bit of wind the whole way, and the wind is directly on our beam, which means we're putting the main up and probably the foresails. Hell yeah, this is gonna be good. The benefit of a northerly breeze around here is that it doesn't build much fetch at all, so there's no real waves to contend with. And it also means on our point of sail, we have the wind on our beam. The only downside to sailing in good wind like this is that right now the mizzen sheet has become disconnected, and in the process it became heavily chafed. So I'm not going to take the risk of flying the mizzen on the off chance that it might break and then I'd have a sail flogging about. Just one more rigging job added to the list. Alright, we got the 2 foresails up, got the staysail and the jib, as well as the main up, and we're going about 5 knots, and we're just sort of in idle forward right now. So that's great. We're sipping a bit of fuel, but really not much at all. This is kind of, you know, if it was like 20% more wind, we would get there for free, but you know, we don't want to be out past sundown. It's going to be cold. But I'm pretty happy with just this little motor sail. It's great. It's remarkable down here. It's almost like when we're at anchor. It's just rolling a little bit. It's very stable with all the sails up. And how much better does it look down here with this bad boy? Yeah. Hard to beat days like this. Despite the cold, we still have the wood fire going, and we're making good headway in the exact right direction. Doesn't happen too often around here. Entering into English Bay just now, and I always forget exactly how long it takes. You feel like when you've entered into English Bay that you've made it, but really you've still got an hour or more of motoring, or in this case, downwind motor sailing, which is really hard to complain about. Where we often anchor in Vancouver is just past the Burrard and Granville Street bridges, and a little bit before the Cambie Bridge. There's decent shore access there and a good pub, which Haley and I decided to go to when we got in. And as luck would have it, we bumped into 3 dear friends of ours as soon as we stepped foot into the pub. What a delight. This is one of the best parts about cruising, is not knowing who you're going to bump into or which of your dear friends you'll make time to hang out with. Anchor's down. We're in False Creek, and
Anchors down, beers up.
yeah. Yeah.
It's chilly. It's
Yeah,
chilly out there.
It was a very chilly day,
5
wasn't it?
degrees.
5 degrees, but windy 5. Yeah.
I think most of it is cold too.
Probably time to drink a beer and maybe think about some grub, I guess. Yeah, it's a motherfucking Wednesday.
You said Wednesday? I thought it was Tuesday. Shit. Oh Oh yeah, yeah, no it is.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Says the two couples at the table.
Yeah, but you're like the sandwich though. You're sandwiched at least.
Yeah.
And as a good busy tattoo artist should have, Haley has a bunch of appointments booked out in Vancouver, and so she has to finish up the artwork before she can present it to the clients and begin the actual tattooing. We factored in the additional time needed for her to wrap up all of her clients' drawings, so we just sat at Anchor for a day before her appointments, and she wrapped up all of the art for her clients. As I said before, my goal was to head off to Steveston and start working on my friend Van's boat, which is a brand new fishing boat being built in Steveston. Once there, we wasted no time in making a solid plan for exactly what it was we were building, where and how we wanted to build it, and then we went straight to a lumber store to source all of the different woods we would need to produce this. I usually feel like a kid in a candy shop when I go to stores like this, and oh, there's so many pieces of wood like this African mahogany that I wish I could get my hands on. So many things I would build with it. Usually my job is to make repairs on old rotten boats, but in this case I get to build brand new things for a brand new boat. Down in Steveston working on Van's boat, beautiful new aluminum boat, and one of our viewers, Patrick, thank you Patrick, he dropped off a brand new ICOM radio for us, and he knows Haley and I very well, and he dropped off some sneaky weasels, so cheers to you Patrick, thank you. Nice boat you got there, Van.
Thanks, brother.
A lot of deck space.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know what they say? You can tell a lot from a man's washroom, but for me, for fishermen, you can tell a lot by a deck space.
Yeah. Got a huge deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. It's actually come a massive way since I last saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, last there wasn't any wheelhouse or anything.
I have old pictures of it too.
Yeah. Amazing. Here is a sort of working sketch on a cardboard box of all the different things we're planning on doing with this. All right, on to short day number 3. I've got it almost entirely framed in. We've just run out of the 1x1 material, so Van is going to get some more. This is where the sink goes. There's going to be a cross member here, and another one down here. And this will be where the trash slide out is. This is gonna be where big dishes are. And then there's a slide out here for more dishes, and there's a spice rack slide out, and then a drawer and a drawer. So I'm pretty happy with that overall. Everything's level, square, structural. I'll just add some more structure to it once I get more of the 1x1s, so that'll be good. And one of the things that I was hesitant about, but I actually really like now, and I'll probably copy for Thunderchild, is the choice to use sliders. So these are, that's the wide one that goes in this section. He's got a skinnier one right there for spices, and then this one is the one that goes underneath the sink here. Really like it. I wasn't sold at first, but dang, these are so nice. And here it is after a few days of working on it, and it's really starting to take shape. Really happy with all the work put into this, and very happy with the chance to be able to work on a boat like this. Very exciting project. Haley and I wrapped up all of our work in Vancouver. Here's a shot of her coming to pick me up on the tender. So from here, we're heading back to Gabriola. And since we seem to be so lucky this way, we're getting a wonderful treat, and it's coming our way right now. Here he is. He's riding our bow.
Freaking out, man.
How do you feel about the dolphins?
They're so cute.
Yeah.
I like them. They're so energetic and just like, they seem silly. I think they left us.
Yeah, I think they just bounced.
Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That
How
was
lucky are we?
That was like closer than the humpback whale.
Oh yeah, for
That's
sure.
like the closest I've ever seen whales.
Hell yeah.
Little dolphins. I like these guys.
Wow.
Oh, my little heart got racing. That
Yeah,
was so
good.
fun.
Hell yeah. Haley and I just got sponsored by Allpowers. They sent us out one of their battery banks and 200 watts of solar panels. Here it is. Yeet. Here it is. It's substantial. I'm excited to see the build quality on this. Claim your warranty. Neato. Nice little package. Ooh, it feels good. I don't think there's anything else in this box, but big ups on the box. That alone's nice. Wow, this thing is heavy in a good way. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's you ever like hopped on a Japanese bike and it feels really flimsy, and then you hop on a Harley Davidson bike and everything is just so rigid and weighty and beefy? This feels like a Harley. It's the only way I can describe it. Really nice unit. Looks good. Ooh, it's got some got RV output. That's great. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 AC outputs. We got a DC 12 volt cigarette lighter output. We have 30 amp, 125 volt. Did I read that right? Yeah, 125 volt. We got the XT60 for the solars. Got power on, AC on, DC on, 2 USB-C out, and 4 regular USB outputs. Here's the screen, looks nice. It's not quite as bright as Blue Eddy or Jackery, but it is nice. My first impression is that the build quality, like I said, is really sturdy. This is not IPX67, whatever I believe the rating is. It's not waterproof. I can tell right away because there's no covers on this stuff. So Haley and I are gonna have to treat this with a bit more care than we usually do. Because to be totally honest, we had really good experiences with the Blue Eddy being waterproof, and we had really bad experiences with the Jackery not being waterproof, the unit we had. And a little splash of water hit it on the side. We live on a boat, it's gonna happen. And it did happen, and it's dead. Very vulnerable to the kind of lifestyle that we live. It really didn't take much at all to roach the whole thing. So we have a dead jackery, and now we have this, and we're gonna treat this with extreme caution. More on this later, but first I have a boat delivery to do. The boat I was working on for a friend is all finished, and I just delivered it from Nanaimo, and I'm just heading into Gabriola now, and then he'll fly in on Saturday and join me for the trip to Vancouver. But it turned out to be a beautiful day, and the reason why I wanted to film is I find it is incredibly beautiful and wonderful to be driving a boat from a fly bridge. This is awesome. What a good perspective. And we got a bow and a stern thruster. Docking should be easy peasy. But I'm coming up to the little entrance into Gabriola, and I record everything with my phone, and I also GPS with my phone. So I think looking at the charts is probably more important than talking to you guys. Sorry about it, but yeah, see you when I get there. As I said earlier, having a bow thruster and a stern thruster makes approaching a dock incredibly simple. And later this evening, our good friends Tom and Josie swing by, and we go over to their boat and help them make decisions with the color schemes that they're going to put in their boat. Haley busted out the iPad and started doing some quick color studies, but really, more than anything, we just shared a couple of good drinks together, ate some good food, and had a good old laugh. I always love when these two swing by. Alright, Loy is just pulling up now on the airplane, and then we're going to deliver the boat to Vancouver today. I'm just on Thunderchild grabbing a quick bite to eat before I go off with him, but yeah, he's here now. I think this is his first time seeing the boat, so I'm pretty stoked. I spent a long time making sure that this boat was clean and serviceable for him. Just doing the boat delivery, and a bunch of Dolls porpoises found us. I said it in an earlier episode when I first saw Dolls porpoise in the Salish Sea, but I can't express enough how unusual and uncommon this is. Over the last few decades, their population has dwindled, but they've been able to make a comeback. And this is so wonderful to be able to see them again in person, yet so many of them too. And having just seen them a week prior with Haley, what a delight. What an absolute delight. And these guys were putting on a real show for us. It was a real nice omen to be able to take Loy out on his boat after he went through so much to get it, have it restored, and have it serviceable, to have him see these on his maiden voyage, just like we did on Thunderchild when the humpback whale chased us. What a lovely, lovely experience. I love when this stuff happens, especially for a client. Once the delivery was all wrapped up, I walked from English Bay across Vancouver to Cole Harbor, and I caught the Hulu, the new fast ferry. It's pretty cool to be able to see a brand new vessel like this in service. What they do is they provide foot passenger only access to and from Vancouver Island, specifically Nanaimo, which puts me about a 5-minute walk to the Gabriola ferry, and it gets me there much quicker than if I took BC ferries. Amazingly, the sun has come out. It's a good time for me to take the Allpowers solar generator and solar panels to the boat and start rigging them up. And remember how I said I didn't like how the sides were exposed? It comes with a case, so that actually helps a lot for waterproofness. Nice little case. Alright, I got the Allpowers set up on the shelf. I'm going to set up the solar panels up on the lifelines. And once that's all complete and ready to go, I'll drill a hole through, and I'll make sure there's enough slack in it that we could put it realistically anywhere on this shelf. But then we can plug the solar panel in, all 200 watts, and we'll be in business. Alright, I just replaced these because I've got a new idea in mind for over there, but I got the top one on, which means I can give this a quick test mount. I really like, as you see, this comes with really cool Velcro straps. So I will put these here out of the wind. I will put one through. And quite simply with these straps, there we go, there's one hanging, and it looks pretty dope. Happy with it. I think I'll probably put it further forward on the next stanchion up. This is a bit of a long span and it's gonna sag a lot, and this post is loose, so I need to rebuild it. So yeah, I'm gonna put them up further forward. It'll be more stable, and then get that second line on. So I'll have something to strap it to on the bottom. Well, looking at it here, I'm not 100% satisfied, but it's getting closer. And I have these two on the close inboard side there to each other so that I can couple them nice and easy. Really hard to film and steer this thing. Oh no. All right, let's see how this next setup looks. Oh yeah, love those lines. Yeah, that's way better. I find it really cool taking a boat from 1971 and updating it with modern technology. And these have made all the difference in our day-to-day life. Very happy with these. Okay, continuing the solar panel install. I just drilled a hole through the deck. I do need to seal that with Sikaflex before I move on. But at least before the end of the day, it is gonna rain. I have them wired in parallel, so they are 200 watts at their voltage. I spliced an XT60 to it, so that's cool. Now it's ready for testing. As an example, I have 31 watts coming in from the Blue Eddy solar panel right now, and it is real nasty outside, so that's no reflection on it. But let's plug this in and see how our now Lifeline mounted, hard mounted solar panel on our lifelines to our inverter is doing. So yeah, here it is, XT60, and it comes into the deck here. I have it in conduit, so it looks a little nicer. And here we go, we got the round side. Round side is over there. Let's see if I did this right. Oh, she's flashing up. What do we input? 25 watts, 27. That's sweet. We have permanently hardwired solar coming in to this unit, and these panels are facing to the port side of the vessel, and they aren't getting 100% perfect direct. Oh, a little bit of sun's coming up. They're not pointed straight up. Pointed up, we're getting 25 watts. Pointed flat this way, we are getting 24 watts. Same. So that's pretty cool. So we have 400 watts on the boat now, which is cool. 200 of them are the Blue Eddy that are laying flat on deck, and they're not permanent mounted or anything. But the reason why I really like these Allpowers ones is that they're flexible or semi-flexible. They have grommets, really nice metal grommets attached into them, and they are able to hang off of my lifelines. And a lot of the reviews I've seen on these 100 and 200 watt Allpowers flex panels is that people are mounting them directly on a surface and Sikaflexing them down, that kind of thing, and they're black, they will get hot, and they will lose efficiency. What I like about this Lifeline setup is that they have air passing over the top and the bottom of the panel, so they should stay a little bit more efficient in extreme weather. So I'm pretty, oh my god, 52 watts coming, 58 watts coming in, 63 watts. Oh my god, this is such a game changer for us. 63 watts. And that's just hanging off the side. Yeah, they're both bringing in the same. So they're, I mean, Blue Eddy is a good brand. Everyone knows this. Allpowers, matching, like watt for watt. So that says a lot about their efficiency and their quality. And man, this is wonderful. Oh my god. So one of my concerns I have right now is the panels are flexible and there is a lot of wind. It's a really gusty night, and my big fear right now is they are lashed on in every which direction, but they are loosey-goosey, and I fear that maybe they'll crack the panel at the grommet. I don't suspect it'll happen, but I like to think about worst case scenario, a wave hitting it maybe if we're out and about, or if we're in 35, 40 knots of wind, how they'll fare. So my thinking is that I'm gonna lash a flat steel bar, top and bottom, like one panel here, grommet, grommet, one panel here, grommet, grommet, and I'll run a bar across both the top and bottom between, connecting both of them, so there'll be a bit of bend because they do follow the shape of the boat, and that way I know that they're going to operate a little bit more rigidly together while still maintaining the amazing quality of the flexible panel. 72, 73 watts. Oh my god, this is amazing. I wonder, it doesn't give an assessment. One thing I wish it had was an assessment of how long it will take for it to charge up from 94% with 41 watts coming in. I wish we had that feedback, but I really like the Bluetooth app for it. It lets me turn off and on all the different aspects of it, AC, DC. It even allows me to switch from 60 to 70 hertz. So in order to get the Bluetooth connectivity, you press and hold this for 3 seconds. There you go. You can see it nice and lit up. It's bringing in 120 watts of solar right now. So we got no problems now running regular old AC appliances and keeping all of our stuff charged. There's 4 AC outlets, cigarette lighter. It's amazing. I'm very pleased with this. The only things to do to complete this setup is finish installing the lifelines, add the steel bracing that I want to add to the solar panels, and Sikaflex. Oh my god, I'm bringing in 180 watts of solar. There are only 200 watts of solar panels. That's amazing. And it's not even that nice out. So, like I was saying, to finish this project up, got to Sikaflex the whole, and I've got to brace the solar panels together, and I have to finish up the lifelines so they're a little bit more stable and secure. Plus, I want to have the lifelines finished anyway. So, yeah, it's a good day. This is amazing. I really wanted to say thank you to Allpowers for providing us with this unit, and I couldn't be happier with it. The solar panel quality is amazing. The power output on this is unbelievable. What I'm most blown away with is that it has a 2400 watt pure sine wave inverter. That's crazy. I have an inverter I'm going to install on this boat that's 2000 watts, and it's making me wonder if I should even install my Renogy inverter at this point, because I've got this. And the craziest part is that it has a 4000 watt surge, so when you fire something up, it's not going to shut down and overload. Hair dryers, anything Haley wants, we could run a heater on. In fact, let's give that a try. Let's try running my little space heater on this, because that overloads everything. Okay, here it is. This is what we use when we're on shore power, because none of our devices can run it. So Let's see, is the Allpowers up to running? This power zone. What are the specs on this? Well, I can't find the specs on here, but I guarantee that this unit is going to tell us all about it. So let's turn on AC. AC active. Let us plug this in. Let's crank it all the way to max. Why not? And we are drawing 1225 watts. And at this rate, the battery will last an hour. Let's see. Does it surge when I plug it in? No, no surge on this device, but we're less than, we got double to go. We could run 2 of these. This is unreal. And it's genuinely getting very hot in here. So, I mean, I can crank this down a bit. Less heat, less fan. Yeah, 600 watts. We could run this for it's 2 hours. So I could run this heater for 2 hours right now. That would make a huge difference. So now we also have more heat on the boat. I'm genuinely very impressed by how robust this is. And it's very small. It has about 100 amp hours in it. So nothing too crazy for power bank storage, but with the solar combined, you can really pull off a lot. So if y'all really like this unit, make sure to check out the link in the description. And I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do. Thank you for watching this little review. I'm very thankful that you guys stick around for this stuff. Thank you so much to Allpowers for sending us this unit for review. And genuinely, at this point in time, no complaints. And if you want to purchase one of these, use the discount code. Link is in the bio. Information about Allpowers is in the bio. Again, these are the 100 watt flexible solar panels, and this is the S2000 Pro. And it has a surge up to 4,000 watts. Ugh, my mind is blown. One thing I forgot to mention, I'm cooking food now, so ignore the sound of cooking, but you can put 650 watts of solar into this thing. So we're just scratching the surface here. All right, that's everything. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and a big special thank you to all of our patrons and all of our sponsors as well. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. Cheers, have a good one.